Hello and welcome to a game of Manor Lords on maximum difficulty. I do not normally narrate, so let's see how this one goes. I have done 5 games so far, totaling a total of 6 hours, so I am quite new to the game. Let's disable end goal, so I can continue playing on. Perhaps you can regardless, but I will change it like that. Our rates to maximum, 3 years to minimum, initial camps to maximum, and the limit to maximum starting in winter. Without supplies, which I have not tried at all before. Residential requirements on demanding, which is quite annoying, I have noticed before. Alright, so this is the maximum difficulty. I have checked one YouTube video on somebody playing on maximum difficulty, though it seems that the latest patch from January 10th has made things more challenging by requiring 2 people to man the market stalls and not do anything else. Okay, this does not seem like a great starting spot, so I will reroll. What I'm looking for is a hunt that's relatively nearby, ideally one of those king hunts or whatever it's called. So, rich berries is great, but I guess it doesn't help me much because starting in winter. Since there are barely any starting supplies, it's probably relatively easy to move the camp a bit. So I don't know how much that the homeless people tent location impacts things. If the people need to start from there every day. Oh wow, so there is quite high fertility in this zone. So my impression is that farming is not that strong in early game and that it's definitely not viable in the first year here. I would like to build the base more towards the hunt, but also minimize the walking time here. Let's just put it here. So let's start with the logging camp. Oh, we should start with logging camp and hunt. I'm wondering what to go for afterwards. Trying to get rid of the penalties here, or get above 50% as quickly as possible, which will take a while. And I cannot just go for the church because I don't have the stone starting supplies, so I would need to mine some stone. So I'm now wondering if it makes sense to first go for the church or first go for the other things that people need, like food variety and clothing. The church is a bigger project, but it doesn't require me to build the storehouse and granary and put one family in each. That's then completely idle for other things, which is the difference since the January 10 patch. I'll do the church second. I don't know how big the penalty is if people don't get access to food and clothes in the market at all, especially during winter. Same for the fuel. I'm also wondering about the location of the hunting camp. I've seen people put it very close to the town. To me, it's more natural to put it very close to the hunt. I wonder what's the most optimal walking time wise. Certainly putting it closer to the hunt will force moving the planks all the way over there. But if I put it at the town, then people have to drag the carcasses. Which perhaps they are doing more of. Or perhaps that's slower. So I'll put it close to the hunt to begin with. And I will also build a road that goes into the hunt area to enable getting the carcasses to the hunting camp quicker. I also have yet to do any combat in the game, so this will force some learning experience. Okay. One thing that's annoying me about this game is that you cannot queue up buildings. So I would already want to put down the layouts of the buildings that I want to place later, but you need to actually have the resources in the bank to do so. What I also find bizarre is that you can relocate buildings essentially for free, even on highest difficulty. They instantly get demolished and you get the full refund of their resources. You only get penalized by having to move the resources and then building it again. But that is still very forgiving. Okay, I should have put people on the logging camp right away. Distracted by talking. So I'm hesitant to build the houses right away, because I will get more penalties. but I need to wait a bit until I have the resources to build additional buildings. Yeah, okay, the walking time caused by me not assigning right away definitely delay things. Okay, I did not realize the granary requires stone. So it's actually not trivial to get to without starting resources, since you also need planks. So I will be able to supply people with firewood and leather, but not with food. If I build the houses now. I never get used to the hotkeys for speed up, that they are Z and X. It's more natural to me to use C to speed up. But I'm happy this game at least has some hotkeys. Would I actually need to guide the ox with a dedicated family to help out the logging? And once we have the granary, we go for in the houses. Let's see, what was the fertility like? Okay, so we can build freely without really blocking too much. And let's go for single houses, 3 of them, with small backyards, so for chicken coops or other production. Perfect. And then the other 2 will do large backyards, where we can then get carrots. I wonder if there's some kind of limit to the yield you get. Well, actually this gives me optionality. I don't have to build the second house, so why not? Well, I hope not too much of that gets stored in previous months, and that nobody leaves, which apparently is possible under 25%. -10, that's pretty brutal. Perhaps it's possible to avoid this if you are slightly more optimized, and especially don't have the logging camp people run all the way to the other side of the map before they start their work. see, the next thing I will need after the houses is the tannery to create leather. And then most of the needs should get fulfilled. As far as I know, I cannot speed up the process here, besides maybe moving these two closer by. Actually, let me just do exactly that. To speed this up, I think another ox would be needed, but I cannot get one. Because no starting money. And assigning more people won't speed things up because of the ox limit. So I might actually be wasting one family at the moment. So maybe one is needed for the ox and one for the building. If I understand correctly, these are mercenaries, but owned by the other player on the map, fighting some outlaws. Yeah, that's not good. And I suspect that's also the end of the game. So perhaps should build the houses before doing the granary. Because that delays things quite a bit. Let's continue for a little bit and see what's actually possible. But with 4 families, half of them will be idle in the storehouse and in the granary, which leaves very little production capability. Especially since the one will need to be on food for a lot of the time. Looks like I need to assign somebody here to get the food that's in there. Oh wait, where did the food go? Did it get consumed or did it rot? Or is it on the way? Or then the generic storage. No. Okay, so it is spring. So now I could actually get berries. Alright, I guess the play is to prioritize the houses and deal with the penalty that comes from not having the market up and running. Because the penalty from the homelessness and the cult was just too high. So I will try that next time.